I think people think that you're like, if people don't hear from you, they just think that you're gone.
Yeah.
And I think social media has helped make that a bit better because people can
still see what you're doing on a day.
Yeah. But at the time, that wasn't really like Instagram wasn't really a thing. So and like, you know, podcasts and
just
TikTok,
being on YouTube and stuff like that.
Just these things weren't really available at our disposal.
Yeah.
So it would appear to some people that I've been quiet, but no, I've been working the whole time, constantly. And that's what I mean. Like people would see you sometimes, and it happens a lot, right? People be like, "Bro, what you still doing the acting thing?" I think acting thing. Like,
you didn't see them on Amazon Prime.
Hey yo, like,
no, but you know what?
but man, just call it like yo, don't be small enough, man. Like it's not a thing. It's like a man's whole career. There's things going on. Just because you ain't seen it doesn't mean that someone's not going on with things. You know what I mean? I'm just cracking on quietly, and I'm someone I don't really jump and scream about my successes, and I just carry on. Yeah.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
No, I'm blessed.
No. Oh, yeah, we just cut it out.
What's happening, people? Welcome to another episode of the Free Shots Tequila podcast with myself, Marvin Abbey. Who's got in the studio?
Tazer Black.
And we've got a very, very special guest. I
can't lie, you keep saying special guest. This one's different type of special, man.
No, I don't even know how to even...
This is royalty, man.
Yeah, I don't even know how to even... what's the word I'm looking for? Introduce this guest. Because growing up, I knew of man. I didn't know man, I knew of man. And obviously, I knew a lot of people around him as well. But we never actually met during that period. It's mad. But he was the beacon for Northwest in East.
So you can imagine me.
Because we didn't know about Northwest in East.
Rude.
Because remember, in them days, it wasn't like the new gen now that they see everything on their phones.
Yeah.
If you lived in East, that's all you saw. If you lived in South, that's all you saw. If you lived in North, that's all you saw. So, but then Grime kind of like made man know about other areas, but it was mainly East. But anyway, I digress because the intro's just, people think, who is it? The man himself, Bashy. What's going on, brother?
Yes, bro. Big up. It's a big intro there. Appreciate it.
Come on.
Proper
I didn't even get to say my piece. So from my perspective, what I say, growing up, I'm looking outside the window. I'm seeing all the man them on the block, whatever. They're listening to what they're listening to. But I always gravitated to Bashy. Like you were just the guy that I wanted. In fact, when I started even doing music for a bit, it was more to do with I want to go wherever you've gone. Everyone in the ends was just in the ends, but for some reason you had this thing where I'm not just staying in the ends. I want to go out. I want to be known elsewhere. You just had it about him, innit? And even the way you were rapping as well, it was different. It wasn't. I don't know what the right word is, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm the man like this and I'm the man like. It was different. You tell. Even when you kind of took a break and then you came back, for example, this is me fast forwarding, but you came back and you jumped on your F64. Even then, I'm still like, yo, this guy's. If he wanted to, he's spinning a lot of. Do you know what I'm saying? So, as a kid growing up, you were someone that I looked up to. And when I found out you were family with someone that I'm family with, essentially, I was like, yeah, this is my guy, man. But yeah, Bashy.
It's mad though, because Bashy one of the only people from that grime era that was ahead of his time. It was him, Kano, I say Wretch, that were like, maybe, what's his name as well? Merkston as well. Like, they weren't just trying to do, as you said, the one word. It was just, there was something else to it. But a lot of us didn't understand it at that time, you know. Man wanted to hear this soul. This soul. When you're on the rave, you're like, I want to hear this. But when you're getting older, you're like, right, you know what? It was dope though still.
What was it like for you then?
Back then?
Yeah.
Especially being from a man from at the ends coming to East.
I was going to say that was a big intro. That was proper. That's a proper intro.
Well, better than my one, yeah.
No, both of them.
We can keep it up.
The length of time as well was spent. I was like, right.
I'm happy with that. I've got another intro still, so.
That time there, man, it was foundational moments. You know, that like in the moment when you're doing it and you're living that sort of life and you're on that journey, you're not really realizing what you're doing. You're more just doing this out of passion. Whereas now, I think people can do it out of passion, but at that time, there wasn't even much money. So it was really for the love of music and the love of being creative and writing lyrics. And just making music and just going on that creative journey. at the same time as that, I was going to the Brit School as well for performing arts, focusing on acting. So I had those two passions running
at the same time.
Yeah. Same
I was
time.
I was gonna say that when I was reading up, I was like, wait, I saw Brit School and I was like, wait, when was this?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at all them times. That's mad though, you know. Especially one of them brothers. You know them brothers, yeah, that like you're out late at night, both of you, and you got a test in the morning, and man's like, oh man, we'll be all right.
He's revising.
He's revised on the slide.
Nah, I never told.
He's revised. You get me?
I never told
So
man.
man get to the thing, and man seeing E+. Actually, there A+. Man said, what's up? We were out together though. Man said, listen, you get me? Brit School at the same time, you know, at Eskimo dance.
No, that's a real thing. Man was going to Eskimo dance, born maybe whenever that was, Friday night, and then Monday morning, Brit School.
That's sick though.
Yeah.
I had no
idea, bro.
Yeah.
So acting was always a passion.
First. From a little kid. What it was, my mum, she like was really shy when she was growing up. So she said that what she told me was that when she had kids, she wanted them to be more confident. She was young, young mum, and she thought at the time, and she thought, oh, maybe I'll put my kids into like a little drama class, and then it will give them maybe like a confidence, and they'll be around other like confident kids. So then that's stemmed from my mum. Yeah, but you going back to that where you were saying what was the time like dangerous, bro, as well. Like it was a bagging time, but just like really, man, were kids like 16, 17, 18, going to these like mad places. I was driving at 17 as well. So then I was driving up to Milton Keynes, driving up to Birmingham, driving up to Wolves, performing in what's the dance? Sidewinder.
Yeah,
Sidewinder, early Sidewinders. Yeah, man was like 16, 17, just going there.
Did you ever have moments where you felt misunderstood?
Yeah. I always had moments where I felt misunderstood because I felt like I was always the maybe average, maybe just like the average like kid, like not this rude boy, not tough, not gangster, not a bad man, just like, but from the ends, and grew up around everyone and saw everything, but that just wasn't my journey, and I didn't really want to portray that as my. And I had moments when maybe I was probably a bit insecure and I was trying to like dabble in it, but it just that coat never really fit me properly.
I think that's how I can relate. I can hear it in your music where it's like you're not coming across like I'm the bad man, but I'm not an idiot at the same time.
Yeah,
it felt like that. I felt like that. I didn't have big brothers when I was growing up.
Me neither.
Everyone else had big brothers. So it's like if I threw a bit of cheek here, I'm calling my big brother. Whereas I have to stand on my own 2 feet.
So you have to step steady in that scenario.
Yeah.
Ain't no one coming to save you still.
Yeah.
So then because of that, you now learn how to speak to people a certain way. So you let them know, listen, I'm not an idiot at the same time, but I'm not going to take disrespect. So it was that kind of vibe. I got that through your music.
Yeah, I just wasn't that, but I grew up in like I would say like a tough area. I grew up in Northwest London, like Kensal Green, Harlesden. I started my life on Brunel Estate. That's where I first lived, which is Westbourne Park. But so I was around it. But bro, I was just going to school. I wanted to act. I wanted to be in just create. Let's create music and like tell stories. That was my main thing. And so I just focused on that from early. I was doing that in school. I went to school in Harlesden. So like I was really in these
environments. But what do you think caused that though? Because you got 3 guys in this room that had a similar mindset, that were around certain things. But what was it that made you? Because I had so many friends who were cool in year 7. Then by the time they got to year 9, year 10, hanging around the wrong people, they've changed. Then maybe I'm not friends with them no more because you're keeping up with what I don't want to keep up with. But what was it that stopped you from keeping up? Like for me, it was football. I used to play football all the time.
Okay.
So that was my kind of outlet where like, if I want to go pro, I want to do certain things. I can't be doing certain things. So was it acting for you? Was it just your mum? Was it a voice in your head?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, a bit of both. So like, always wanted to be an actor and do music. So I think where other people may have had the time, right? Because I think a lot of it is
time.
So
it's true.
My time and effort was focused into music and acting, right? yours was focused into football.
Yeah.
And other people got other passions, right? Some person might do boxing.
Yeah.
A few boxers grew up in the area as well. So I think people focused their time that way.
I know.
And then my dad was around as well. Like my mum, both my parents growing up in the house together. So I was, I got to give thanks to my dad as well. Like he was like guiding me and telling me things. And he was, to be honest, like at the time, my dad was telling me things like, yo, you shouldn't really be hanging around that friend there. You got to watch that friend there. Watch this one there. And you're just like,
as a kid,
whatever, man. That's my bread.
So to stop my fun, man.
Yeah, man. That's my guy we talking about. You get me? Until a man sends like, please do, or just whatever, does something crazy. You think, wow, actually, my dad was right. So even looking back now as an adult, and I look back at some of the life lessons that my dad gave me, I've got to be thankful for it.
I got one question before we continue.
Yeah.
I need to know the answer. Because we're from the same area, so you know how the man them look at each other for certain things.
Yeah.
What happened for you to say, do you know what? I'm going to apply for a job and become a bus driver? Because that was the talk of the end. You know, Bashy drives the bus. And some people look at it like, yeah, but it's an honest living. You know how there's some man is like, yeah, but bus driver, I'd rather do this and I'd rather do that. But I rate the fact that you're like, no, I'm going on the straight and narrow and in honest living.
I was low on dough, man. I just didn't have money, really. I'd left the Brit school at that point. I didn't quite know how to navigate getting an acting agent and do those kind of things. So I just thought in the meantime, I'll get a job. And before I was a bus driver, I was a postman. I used to be a postman in Hampstead.
Okay.
So I was delivering, just running around big mail bags, heavy as well. You never done that job?
No.
Yo, postman, big up the postman because they are carrying these mad heavy bags, pushing these heavy trolleys up and down hills. You just think, I just get my mail. You're not even thinking about it. People are putting in real shifts to get you your mail.
How long did you do that for?
I did that for about a year, I think.
Oh, okay.
And then bus driving, like similar thing. But I just wanted to, just get a job, man. I saw an advert. I think I was on the train that said £500 a week. I thought, fuck it. I'll do that. That'll be okay. And I had my driver's license as well. I passed my test at like 17. I think at the time you needed to have had your license for like 3 years and be 21. And I was 21 and had the license for like 4 years. So I was like,
so it was 21?
Yeah, that was,
I got on the bus early, man. So it must have been a bit mad though, because obviously you're Bashy from Risky Roads, you're Bashy from This Tape, you're Bashy from Eskimo Dance, and then man's getting on the bus with the Oyster and Bashy's on the bus driver. You're thinking, what?
Yeah. It was mad, bro. It was mad. I used to have the hood as far up as possible.
No clock.
Yeah, but some people just be like, I swear.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And sometimes I'll be like, whatever. Sometimes I'll say I'm someone else. I get that all the time. Sometimes I'll say I'm his brother. I'll just do little things to just whatever. And it was cool. Like, I think when people see young bus driver, that looks like us, they just kind of leave you alone. They don't really try it. And I was cool. At the time, it's not that serious to me. You're probably not allowed to do it, but you ain't got no money to get on the bus. It's just how go on, bro.
My Bridget says that as well. My Bridget works for the train and he's like, listen, whenever I see black kids, like they sometimes they get on the train and they act a bit mad and he's like, listen, I get it, I was your age as well, just listen, just don't cause no trouble, man, it's calm. Just get on the train, it's calm. Because more times he kind of sees himself in them. It's the same thing.
Just get on, innit? Just get on, sit upstairs or whatever, be easy, don't do no fuckeries, and then it's cool. Brother, it's not that serious. Man. And I'm gonna back my
people
that look like me, but not just on a colour thing. If you're just like a brother that looks like he comes from where I come from, white boy, Irish, whatever.
Yeah, come true.
Get on the bus. The only thing I didn't like was when like a young kid would get on and like put their oyster up to the thing and like walk past and go beep with their mouth. I just think, brother, like don't do that. Innit? Yo, come back here.
Everyone said, get off the bus.
Yeah, don't do that to me. Like, you can get on.
Do you know what I thought you were going to say? If it was a thing and said, Bigger Bash. I thought you were going to say that. I was going to say, nah, allow me, blood, man. I thought you were going to say.
I said, Bigger Bash.
I thought you were going to say.
But that bar was cold, though.
That was.
So from then, what happened after? What was the
after bus driving?
Yeah.
Were you still MCing during the bus driving times? Or you must have been if you were 21.
Yeah. Definitely. 21 because I did 22.
How old were you when you did Shank?
Oh no, Shank I was like a little bit older. Shank I was 24.
Okay. So it's that period there, 21 to 24.
Yeah, 21 to 24, just before that. And then I think I wrote Black Boys at 21.
Okay.
Let me think. I think Black Boys might have come out 2007. So I was 22, but I'd written it 2006, I think, when I was 21. Yeah, and then it come out 2007.
That's a big tune.
Big tune, yeah.
Yeah, so I had done that and then started getting shows, quite a lot of shows actually when Black Boys came out. And then that allowed, then I could take that leap. Actually, I could focus on career, just like career. Yeah, because money, some finances was coming in, some money was coming in. I felt like, all right, yeah, cool. Maybe I don't need to do the bus driving as much because what was happening to me was I was doing shows, getting home at like 4 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning, and then having to go to work. And then I'm like really tired.
You said you crashed a bus? I see the lyric you said that. No?
I did crash a bus still.
I crashed
a bus. It was mad.
Was it tiredness?
Twice maybe. Twice.
Was it tiredness?
Tiredness, I would say.
Because I'm not going to say his name, but I know one of my boys, he crashed the bus one time, but it was mad because that's when he realised he had a condition.
Oh.
Yeah, so he can't do long drives anymore. But it's only until he crashed that he went and got checked and they were like, you know, you have, I can't remember what it's called, but literally if he's motionless for a long period of time, he's conking up. He's one of them. So if he can't do long drives, he has to be able to turn left, turn right quick. If he's on like a motorway and he's tired, he's conking.
Go.
Yeah. So I think he was driving the bus and it was like a long straight. And everyone on the bus is thinking, yo, this bus is
it's jogging.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah, hit the central
reservation.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, for us.
Oh, yeah. Mine I misjudged. Like there was a truck or something. It was like parked out at a bit of an angle. And I kind of just misjudged it. Just tiredness, man. Just boom, just like smashed the whole glass. Everyone on the bus, you're just like,
yes.
Couple of things. But the bus driving was
interested, experience.
Yeah. Because just how sometimes, like I would say most people are cool, right? But like what people don't know. This is what I would like to explain, which I think people don't know, right? Because you know, like when the bus would cancel at a certain stop, like before the destination, so like might have to terminate here.
Yeah,
you got to tell them. Like, I think that people think it's the bus driver just personally saying,
I'm done.
I'm done. I'm just gonna stop the bus. So everyone gives the bus driver a stick, but it comes from like the control center, and they're like a bus might have broken down, and then there's that in order to keep the rotation going, to keep the time so that it can roughly stay on schedule, they would cancel your bus. Does that make sense? So to keep, if a bus is every 20 minutes, but then one breaks down up ahead, that could make the gap 40 minutes. So they might tell you cancel, drive up ahead to replace it so that the gap is smaller.
Okay, yeah.
That makes sense, yeah. So, one time I had to cancel and then the guy was just like, nah, you will go to the next stop. I'm just like, bro, I can't.
That's a G-ball. That means he had something to do. When you got an important appointment, that's the worst one, you know?
What are the ones where kids jump on and then you're like, I'm turning off the bus, he goes, do they have to get off the bus? Or is that the bus driver's decision to be like, I'm not taking this violation?
Yeah, I think it's more the bus driver.
Yeah.
Saying he's not having it. That never really happened to me.
I used to be that child back
in the day. That's what I'm saying. You must be didn't care not much, but it wasn't like the kids coming on, you don't mind as long as they're not causing drama. Yeah. But something that bus drivers is being extra, man. Bro, loud, he's a kid anyway, man.
Yeah, but
I'm not moving his bus until you come back. Bare people, come on, man.
Yeah.
But they used to in the corner chilling.
Yeah, I didn't want no above. I just wanted minimal problems. I just want to do my job,
go
get
home.
my dough, and go home.
So from Black Boys, to Shank,
was that Black Boys? I think Chopper Chops mixtape.
One of the greatest.
The maddest thing is, we were talking about that mixtape Why did we start talking about that mixtape the other day, Taze? This is about.
I was just giving Bashy's flowers.
This is about maybe like 6 months. Yeah,
about the time.
No, about 6 weeks ago, he was talking about. We're talking about Mount Rushmore.
Okay. Yes.
So we're talking about Mount Rushmore. We're talking about who else could be on Mount Rushmore. And then Taze was like, Bashy could be on Mount Rushmore. And I'm like, yeah, he could be, you know. But I ain't heard Bashy release any music in a minute. I'm like, does Bashy still even release music? He's gone, yeah. He said, you know what? Listen to Trouble Chop mixtape. I'm telling you, bro. You'll get what I'm saying. I said, all right, cool. Went to the gym, listened to Trouble Chop mixtape. I rang Taze, I hear it now. I hear it. This was like, that's mad. That's even, it was about maybe like 3 weeks ago, innit?
And you put it on recently as well.
Yeah. Just because literally every day people like support
it's a classic tape.
Asking when can you put it out?
Yeah.
Reminiscing about it. So then we just decided it's just
there's certain mixtapes I don't skip. That's one I don't skip. I don't skip. I can listen from start to finish. It's a story. Yeah. The places you're mentioning, I understand. So like, for example, when you, on the new album, which we're going to touch on, I think it's the first track where you're going through like, is it the first track? You're going through different ends.
Yeah.
It feels like where I'm from.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's mad to me because...
You're not from here.
No.
Where are you from?
East.
Okay.
Like, So I feel like how probably you felt when you heard Dizzy and Wiley talking about certain things.
Yeah.
Because I'm from East. So everywhere they're talking about Boundary or they're talking about Roman Road or whatever, I know these places. So I'm like, yeah. Whereas you're listening to it like, what's he talking about? Whereas when Bashy on that mixtape is talking about certain areas, now because of maybe like Afraid or No Mozart, or now, but back in the day, I never heard of these areas before.
Oh, okay.
Kilburn, Harlesden, Stonebridge, like that's all you heard from the East. There's certain parts.
If you meet a man, right, like let's say you meet a man in Central or East, yeah, and he says he's from Northwest, you want to know where he's from first before you say where you're from. It's just a thing. So when a man says, yeah, I'm from Northwest too, okay, where? Because we might not be from the same place, or we might not be seen eye to eye. So where are you from? And the man says, Kilburn. Like, which part of Kilburn? You still need to dig deep before you start saying what you're. It's just like that. You hear it in the song. When he's saying he's slipping in certain ends, I'm saying, Bashy, why would you go there, man?
Yeah, but you know, someone told me this the other day, but they was from East. They was just like, it was one of the first times that made them say, oh, that's what it's like round there. Or that's the shops, or that's how the maybe the slang that they use. And I find that with music, like when I listen to an artist, what I like from listening to people, or it's like if I listen into Kendrick Lamar, I get a sense of what it's like to live in LA.
Yeah.
Or if I'm listening to like Nas, like early Nas and Jay-Z, I get a sense of what it's like in New York.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy that in artistry. If you're listening to an artist, I think some of that maybe is lost a lot because I guess maybe with the internet, social media, a lot of things maybe are inspired by each other. So then things, it's less defined in terms of how people sound. Yeah, it merges a lot more. But it's like I'm a big fan of Kano, say, but when you hear his album and you hear Made in the Manor, it's like, nah, that's East London. That's where he's from. Do you get me? So I like to hear that in music.
Oh, you did it well, man.
I think Chopper Chops. Yeah,
it's
Chopper Chops did that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and the marketing as well. We put the lollipops on there to really just make it stand out.
That's another thing.
Actually, used to love a lollipop, bruv.
Forget the lollipop type thing,
the any videos that you see,
but
man.
it's branded.
Yeah.
Even when you listen, one thing, I can't remember how old I was, but when I saw it, I wanted to shake your hand, man. When you drop Bish Bash Bosh, like with the B, it's just branding. I'm like, anywhere you see that, you're gonna see him without seeing him.
Yeah. And even if you go sweet shop and you see a lollipop,
you know what I'm saying? It was just sick. No one else was really doing that.
Yeah, and I know people like kind of, it's so funny, man. It's a why, whatever they'll say about it. Yeah, but it's less about, cool, like man enjoyed like whatever, but it was more about man was broke, really, didn't have much dough, and it was about thinking about what way can I market this for as little as possible. What's gonna make it stand out on the shelves? And it's just like, all right, cool, something that we do every day or something. Like sometimes you might be in a shop and you might just grab one of those Chopper Chops things. So it was just like, cool, that's what I was, that's the idea that went into my head, right? Maybe if I thought chewing gum, maybe I would have, do you know what? I'm gonna put chewing gum, but actually chewing gums are mad expensive. So that's not what I'm gonna put on them. Chopper Chops, it was bright. So it was just more just thinking outside the box. And that is why that mixtape sold so many physical copies, because it was on the shelf with other mixtapes that didn't have that. And it's just like curiosity, right? Something that looks different. People picked it up. So it worked.
Hearing it now makes sense. But at the time, it was like, this is...
Yeah.
It makes sense. Even the transition, like I said, into Bish Bash Bosh, the colours that you used was sick, man. The only person that was doing it really at the time, colours-wise, was T Magic. Do you remember?
Is he from Stonebridge?
Yeah.
Tough.
Do you remember?
Yeah. T Magic stuff, his t-shirts and that.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
The way he was doing his thing, I was like, branding-wise, this is cold. And at the time, I probably didn't know the term branding or marketing, but he stood out, you stood out. And what came after for me was like Ask Your Girl, Trapstar, Benja. Do you know what I'm saying?
And what, you know what? Maybe it's something to do with like West and Northwest, because if you hear all those names, maybe that's just because where we're from, right? But T Magic's from Bridge, Ask Your Girl, I want to say it's from Grove, I think. Yeah. And then you got
Trapstar,
you got
West.
Mikey and them, they're from West.
Jar's
from Northwest. And then there's the new guy right now who's popping off, Cortez.
Yeah.
Sick. But from where?
Where's he from? I think he's from North. He says Northwest, West. I don't
Is
know where he's
but
actually from.
So maybe it's something around.
There's something in the water over there, man.
Yeah. Something.
I think you have always been quite like ornate with your stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Like in terms of the jewelry, in terms of like the drip. So I think it's just, and there's been a lot of influence over there from different cultures as well. I think maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
It must be that, because you're naming bare brands. I'm like, what?
You know, they're doing Lot 29 and that.
You're dumb. Are you about that? What's the matter? He's trying to stick with East.
Okay.
You're dumb. You weren't academics? These man alright?
No, we had the shops there, but that wasn't our main thing, to be fair.
So what tracksuits were you wearing? Nike?
Yeah.
Yeah,
obviously have a shot jacket. If you had a shot jacket, use the guy, Averex.
Oh, no, we didn't do that.
But more time, it was just the shop in Harlesden, the shop in Bush. Pretty much, yeah.
We weren't doing Lot 29 though.
Yeah, Hawkeye.
We weren't doing Lot 29.
And he had Global in Bush.
Yeah.
That's where you got the Jordans and the tracksuits and I guess Moschino, Iceberg, all that.
That's where I put Chopper Chops. It was in Global.
Yeah, you would have got everyone in there.
That's one of the places where it started popping off. There was a guy there called E, and he big up. You know, people that support young brothers that look like us, like, but they're older. There's ones that can like lead you down the wrong path here, and then there's ones that like can see a shining light and will help you. Like I went there, I was like, yo, I want to put my CD in. He was like, all right, cool. Here, man. How many you gonna put? I'll take a whole box. Put them in. Then he's called me. They've gone. Bring some more. So like, you need those people to help like take a chance on you.
Yeah. I remember Global Sport. We used to go there still.
Yeah.
From East. I don't know how I used to get there though.
From East?
Yeah, from
It's
East.
a pop,
On the train?
I can't remember, you know. No, it might have been like one man drive.
Is it?
And then 4 man jump in.
To be fair, ain't nothing else to do.
Yeah. We used to, because that's where everyone used to get the Arachis from.
Okay.
The one with the Velcro.
Yeah, the old school one.
Yeah, because that shop there had colours that you couldn't get anywhere else.
Okay.
There was black, but then there was like brown. There was, I remember I think it was like 170 or something?
Back then?
I'm sure it was.
I went by the rush for
I'm sure it was.
I never had it.
They were bumping you, boy. 170.
I remember, I'm thinking it was something like that.
Did you not think it was exclusive?
No. In terms of like, Arachis were expensive anyway.
Not 170 though.
I can't remember. I remember like certain colours were like, we had Meteor Sport in Bethnal Green and they had like certain trainers were expensive, I remember. I'm sure Arachis were like 170 or something.
Mad. Before we go into acting, I've got another question for you, yeah? Not even a question, just a statement.
One sec, before you go global, I was like, don't say it. But one time, I was like around global in Bush and someone said to me, wow, like a group of guys come. I don't know, boy. Man just got mad stacked for no reason. They said, bro, I swear you were saying something about me. I was like, bro, I've never seen you before. Bro, these brothers chased me through Shepherd's Bush Market, bro. I swear it was fucking...
It was easy
mad.
back then,
Yeah, back then for no reason. I think people like... But now I think people like show like mad love. But I think back then, you see when you're the same age as everyone, like everyone's testing each other's sort of masculinity, toxic masculinity of that time. I don't know why.
Wiley got caught in Global Sport as well one time.
Yes,
I finished him.
Sticky, is it?
Finished him, bro.
Bush?
In Bush, bro.
See,
finished him.
And the funny thing is, when you're the somebody and you're getting checked by not a bunch of nobodies. I mean, in the sense that you don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Any little thing you say, someone will be like, "Well, you trying to be disrespectful?" You're like, "Bro, I just answered your question." You know, it's like, what you say? You answer the question. It's like it's a
and
problem.
also you can't run because you don't know whether it's an admiration thing or beef. So a man will say to you, yo, you Tazer. So you're not thinking it's beef. You're like, oh, right, what podcast? Next week, man slaps you. But you can't even react because you thought it's friendly. Like,
listen, we tried.
You know what I'm saying?
We tried.
Yeah.
That's why I said there's some subjects that actually relate to. We'll talk about them later where we can go back and adjust them. But
I was going to say another thing, the reason why I gravitated towards your music and stuff, is the girls, man. The way you spoke to girls, was exactly how I pictured myself speaking to girls. You know, back in the day, certain man are MCing, bare violent. Even when they're speaking about girls, it's just violent. I'm like, nah. Yeah. The way you did it, I'm like, this is. I like this one. I like this. So that's another thing I just wanted to point out as well.
Yeah, you have to show love to the girls, to the women. You have to, man.
Yeah, you did it in a way where it wasn't corny.
Yeah,
it wasn't aggressive. It wasn't corny. You could tell that you had manners. Yeah, you respected them. Do you know what I'm saying? I liked it, man.
You have to respect the ladies, man.
50 said that as well. I think 50 was saying that, like, you make tunes. Never make tunes for the guys. Make tunes for the girls to a degree. Because if the girls can bump it, everyone's dancing.
Yeah, it's true.
Everyone's coming out. You see, you got your. I got to pull up. I got to pull up sometimes. Like Chucky's always saying, "Yo, come."
It's you know what it is? It's a weird. It's weird because it's like we don't necessarily know the crowd that's coming out. We just put the tickets out and the crowd come. But the crowd that do come, it's like, this is a nice community.
Yeah.
It's a very nice community. Like, everyone's having a good time. And it's not, predominantly white people, predominantly black people. It's mixed.
Yeah, that's what you want.
You got everyone in there. Yeah, I'm saying? So it's a nice vibe.
That's how garage used to feel to me. Before it got like on top. Yeah, there was just like good vibes, good music, singing. Like, I think that's probably what it is.
Yeah, for me,
good energy.
It gives me the vibe of like the early days of Faded. And
Faded.
Yeah. So
Faded.
Come on, man. So with that, obviously, the idea behind Faded was to try and come out of West End. Okay. That was what it was. We don't want to dress up. We don't like an accountant to go raving. At the same time, DJs can even tell you there was times where we're going to West End and there's posters behind the DJ booth. Don't play Afro beats, don't play grime, don't play dancehall, don't. So you're like, what can we play then?
Yeah.
So when it got to that stage where all you're listening to is commercial music, and if the man them or the American artists that we listen to aren't charting, you can't play the song in the club. It's like, this is dead now.
Stifling.
So that's what kind of gave put the battery in me and Matthews back to kind of like, that's not a why, by the way. To start fading. then push forward. But that feeling that I had in 2012 is the feeling that I have now with R&B.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's that kind of feeling.
It's good to see that, man. Respectful.
That's mad though, because you said about the garage thing, but even in terms of your album, I know garage, I used to DJ garage.
Yeah.
But I've still got the vinyls in my house. I've been doing the renovations and I've got bare vinyls in it. And there's certain songs on that album that I can hear that either the garage sample, the garage words, or you talking about garage. So it's interesting that you say that because it must be something that's shaped you musically a lot.
Garage, that was a time. So that was a time, but it was one of my favorite times growing up. In West, we used to go to a rave called Rhythm Nation. Did you ever go to one of those? So there was like, well, these used to be in like Acton Town Hall and like Ealing Town Hall, but these raves were ram. Like,
fair enough.
Going off. This is where your first experience of meeting Gyal. Do you know what I mean? Just like these bagging girls you've never seen, because you grow up in, say like I grew up in like Westbourne Park, Brunel Estate. So I know a lot of the people around there from growing up, going to primary school. I went to St. Mary's of the Angels, and then I went to a play centre. Do you know about play centre?
I didn't go play centre, but I've heard about it.
Yeah, so we had a play centre where you would just go, there's like Tambark, swings, football, you just go there. So I went to St. Stephen's Play Centre, so I'd go there. So you'd meet the girls around there. And then when I left and I went to Kensal Rise, and then I went to a boys' school as well. I went to a boys' school in Harlesden, and then there was a girls' school up the road called Convent.
Yeah, I remember Convent.
Yeah, Convent, yeah.
So what boys' school did you go to?
Cardinal Hinsley.
Cardinal Hinsley,
yeah. So I went Cardinal Hinsley. And then maybe it might go down to Cy Manning every so often.
Yeah, Cy Manning, West, yeah.
In West, yeah. To just, go and hang out.
Cy Manning, yeah.
Yeah, go and hang out with, chick. Go meet people, innit? Yeah, go meet people. But Rhythm Nation,
it's a game changer.
Different. That was people from everywhere. Like the gal you just never, man as well. So same time where you'd see gal you'd never seen, you'd see some brothers you'd never seen before as well at that time. Yeah. So same thing. But that was a good vibe. Those were some of the best party moments I remember in life, and they've had a real impact on me to the point where I'll be driving now, still listening to garage music. I listen to hip hop and that, but a lot of times
that's how I feel with Grime. I still listen to some of you lot's old sets. Like there's YouTubers, yeah. I think maybe they've dug deep into their archives. Bro, there's sets from like 2002, 2003 online now on YouTube. I still listen to them.
I told Tazer when I was queuing up my house the other day, I found like bare 8-packs of like garage.
Plastic.
Yeah, plastics. The Garage Nation, Sun City, Sidewinder. Then when they went to CDs, and I checked for my EZ tape because mine was still your EZ tape. Anyway, I've got the EZ tapes, whatever. And then I've got like a box, a cassette. I mean, a trainer box full of cassettes of like Roll Deep Show. And Taser was like, "I'll put them on YouTube. You can."
What you think is a joke? I'm telling you, it's just finding it. But once I'm still finding, like, obviously, I never got to go Tavistock.
Okay.
I missed that window, innit?
Yeah.
I heard there's one night that Laser shut it
What's
down.
Tavistock? What's that?
It's what would you call Tavistock?
It's like a
youth club back in community centre, but there used to be sets there.
Yeah.
And it was sets that were like epic. I'm in my yard.
Laser went to my school.
Yes, Connor, Critical went to school as well, innit?
Critical went to my school as well, yeah.
So I'm in my yard, man, like, oh, Taze, you missed out. I'm like, what happened?
Rage.
But my dad's not letting me out. He's not letting me out. The only time I went out was when we had MBY. So this was when, the crew that I had, Mitchellbrook Youngers.
Yeah.
Laser was booked at an event in Southall Community Centre.
Okay.
Dirty Movements.
Okay.
And he managed to get us on the lineup as well. That's the one rave I went to and I saw girls. I said, "This is what you man have been doing."
Yeah, it's bad.
Dad's not letting me out though. That was the one time because obviously I could show him the flyer. Like, look, Dad, this is essentially work. Yeah. Apart from that, he weren't having it. These men are getting regular.
It's mad though because that's your our one was like Young Man Standing.
Yeah. We heard about that as well.
It was mad. I was there.
Oh, was it?
See, I was Young Man Standing, but that's what you were just talking about, the journey and stuff. Yeah. So that's where I was going. I was going Young Man Standing, Palace Pavilion.
Right, Palace Pavilion.
I heard about all of these.
But I was going to all these raves. This is like a 16, 17, 18-year-old going to try and MC, like push myself up on the stage and jump. And there'll be loads of people, DWEs there, like go MC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and this is like the first time, because before there's no social media, right? There's no pre-DVDs, pre all of that. So you don't even know what anyone looks like.
Yeah.
You're just waiting for someone to take the microphone.
It might not think it was. Man, like you shut down,
I closed it, the talkaphone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
The full word. Now, do you know what? It's my brother. My brother's, he's on to me. He's on to me.
But you can see that we're on to each other in the studio as well.
So, you'd wait and then you'd see someone. You'd be like, oh, okay, cool. Right, that's DWE. Okay. That's Juki Mundo. That's who else would be there? That's DWE.
All in one to be.
Who else would be there? Hyper. Storming.
God's Gift.
Rico.
There's better.
Rico. Yeah, that's
Major Ace.
Major Ace. Rest in peace, Major Ace. These are.
Nah,
that's where you'd see people.
Nah, sorry, Bashy. You put in work, because remember there was a part where people were like, "Right, is Bashy part of what was the crew called again?"
Special Delivery. He was.
Special Delivery.
He was.
East Connection. Yeah, because he was always on their sets.
Yeah.
But you had Brit School in the morning. What's going on?
Brit School in the morning, bro. What you mean, bro?
We put in the work, bro.
Serious work,
Bro, this was
because you was driving.
No, at first, because I started going there when I was 16 years old, going to like Deja Vu and that. So I think I was around 16. And then I passed my test. As soon as I turned 17, I passed my test. I was taking my driving lessons at 16 with the view of as soon as I turned 17, boom, theory test, boom, driving. I'm out. Because it would take me 2 hours to get to Brit School every day in the morning. 2 hours there, 2 hours back. So I would do that every morning, 5 days a week to get to the school. But just to be around like-minded people, like actors, creatives, musicians. Yeah, just like, I just wanted to be in that environment. Because I didn't have it locally. So that's where I wanted to go.
You put in your hours, man.
Yeah, a lot of time.
I'm trying to think, when you come, like, a lot of the things that, and this is just, the reason why I'm saying this is because, like I said, I can see the way that you came through the ends, cut out. I'm looking at it as me. Like, there's a day where, you know, this is no disrespect as well, yeah?
Yeah.
But, you know, you just look at the man and think, wait, don't you lot want more? Just on the block every day. Same girl coming through, same excitement, same speak. But bro, I want to do more, man. And they're like, oh, so what do you want to do? And I'll say something like, I want to go east. Why do you want to go east? Slipping. So I want to see something different.
Yeah.
I want to experience something different. I mean, I want to go central. Why are we just chilling on the block today? The same shop, same bookies, same food shop. So, come on, man. And then they're looking at me like, nah, like, you're doing too much. All right, cool. And then you just step out by yourself.
Curious. Yeah,
You
just
think-
curious.
You think it was your dad and your mum and that?
What, that showing me that there's more.
Yeah, because remember they took you to Nigeria. You see your dad used to take you about sometimes. Like, do you think it's that?
I don't think it's that, because they didn't really, like I said, we didn't have money like that.
But,
I think it was just, I didn't feel the ends was enough. There must be more. So
I
wanted
hear
to
you,
go-
but I'm just saying.
Like, even for example, you see like girls, yeah, I never really spoke to girls in the ends. Because in my
No.
mind, it could be someone's cousin or, and I didn't have anyone to defend myself. So I speak to girls in different ends. I speak to girls in South, I speak to girls in East.
I think that's one of the things, just being curious.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, I think what you were saying, maybe that was happening to me. Like, I went to school and my mum's from Jamaica. My dad's from Dominica. But for a while, I went to school in Dominica. So my dad like took me back because I was getting a lot of, I think the school teachers in my school, at the time, the system, and probably to a certain extent still now, wasn't set up to really care for people that look like us, right?
Yeah,
So
I understand.
they would really, it's not a good environment for us. You're being taught by people that don't maybe necessarily look like you or understand how to talk to you or
how you learn,
or just your language or how you behave. But then when I went to Dominica, it was mad. I saw like young teacher, maybe like our age now, teaching us. But just seeing someone that looked like me had a different impact. When he was like, yo, like, stop talking. It's just like, whoa, actually, let me stop talking. Do you get me? Like, he looks like me. And just there's just like a different kind of respect. But I think when you show kids that there is more, then they'll go for it.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as they see it, like whatever, bruv, normal stuff, like going to a farm or something, or just going out the ends, going to the beach, going to like, they'll be like, raw, this exists, but you don't really know that in the ends. And it takes maybe someone like yourself, maybe me, you just like with that foresight. But not everyone can be like that. That's not everyone's not like that. That's why I think things can be set up to really help kids like that. Yeah, there's a thing that I've been thinking about just in my head, like that, like if, because everyone's like, wow, we should help, like, who's helping the youths? Helping the youths? Who's helping the youths? Who's helping the youths? Like, we could help the youths. Like, if you take 500 people, yeah, and everyone puts down £2,000, that's $1 million. And I know that's like, make sure that maths is right. That maths is right. That maths is right, though. That maths is right.
Well, it must be.
That maths is right. 500 people, and everyone's like, because everyone's got like these mad expensive jackets, $5,000 coat.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
30 grand
Yeah,
watch,
it
40
is,
grand.
yeah.
Yeah. 500. You just take 500 brothers that look like us, that's from the ends, footballers, man who's doing whatever they're doing, and everyone just put down 2 bags. That's £1 million that could help the next generation. Right? You don't need this. You want to go here, you need to go to wherever, man, Alton Towers, or go and check out a farm. You need school. There's a fund there, and that's £2,000. Yeah, but everyone's talking like everyone's got money, everyone's ballers, everyone's got this.
Even if it's
Only 500 of us.
Yeah.
There's 500 brothers that have £2,000 that spend it in a club or spend it on other stuff. Me included. My £2,000's here. If there's another 499 brothers that want to put down that, and then we can help start to take care. That's just one. That's just one thing.
Or 2,000 brothers, 5 bills.
2,000 brothers, 5 bills.
Come on. Quick
even
maths.
even easier. Even easier, bro.
Wait,
even easier. There's 2,000 man that's got 5 bills.
Yeah.
100%.
But what's important as you now? Is it money or time? Because as an idea that I had, I always thought about it. You know when everyone was screaming Team UK, whatever.
Yeah.
If all of you went to a venue and just went to the venue and just said, listen, give us the date, a space to perform all of our tunes that you normally get whatever you get for it. But for on this one particular day, we're just doing it to raise money.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, and these are the ticket prices. All of the ticket money goes to whatever cause it is. We can raise money, but everyone has to agree. So for example, the lineup's mad. It's like, You got Wretch, Bashy, DBE, Chip. You know, like all of the man that you would have donate
mad,
$2,000.
Mad.
Just give us 3 minutes of your time performing one tune. And the money hasn't dipped into anyone's pocket. It's just
a fund for things.
It goes to a fund for the people who are actually coming to support as well.
The problem is with this thing is admin and stuff. Like,
Sure, but there's ways to help the next generation coming through so that they can have those opportunities, right, and see stuff outside the ends and see actually there's more. You know, there's more. You can get on a plane. There's more to see.
I'll be honest with you. Do you know what pissed me off one time? Then I realized, you know what, man, I need to leave. You know, like when you're just chatting on the block, and a man goes, what would you do if you won the lottery? One of my boys said, I'd buy every single yard in this estate. I said,
that's not bad.
I know, but at the time, you know what I mean? Like, he's not saying it. Not
even help everyone in the block.
Yeah. He's not saying it for that. You're thinking about it now. He's not saying it on the vibe of everyone will be mortgage free.
He's not talking about monopoly.
He's just saying I want to own every single yard.
And oppress everyone. I'm still charging my rent. So nothing changes just for him.
I thought it was more like buying back the block.
No, I think now you look at it, you think, that's probably what he meant. But at the time when I heard it, I said, what? You don't want to travel, and that wasn't even an option for him.
So do you know what it is? I think I saw there was like a program and someone was saying that every single child is curious.
Yeah.
Like every single child's got a dream. But it said that growing up, adults are the ones who kind of tell them, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. So what you're doing is you're building walls. Walls. But you don't realise it. So a lot of kids, after a certain amount of time, even into adulthood, there's certain things that like you might say to yourself, right, the bus is there. I ain't running for that. I'm gonna get tired. Now you don't run no more. So you build walls. So I'm saying your wall luckily wasn't at the end.
That might have been my mum and dad. Maybe just talking in the
That's what I'm saying.
Or even just watching, like for example, just watching Nollywood and no one else is watching Nollywood. I'm like, well, this must be shot somewhere. So I'm saying it's just small things like that. We didn't watch the traditional TV shows that everyone was watching. Plus, I didn't even have access to the TV. I'll be honest with you. Mum and dad came home.
Having it.
And also remember, you couldn't go out.
Yeah.
So because you couldn't go out, that will build a passion in you. Same way we had Dwayne Chambers on the episode.
Okay.
And he was saying that during the summer holidays, he wasn't allowed out. So he would look through the window and see the kids playing.
Yeah.
And that'll make him like, nah, I need to like go out. So luckily he said one coach kind of knew he was fast and saved him and said, come out. So that had like a fire in him where he was like, you know, when I do go out, I'm going to make it count. So it might have been that.
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed out.
Serious?
No. My dad wasn't having it.
Did you go uni?
I did go uni, but then I dropped out.
Okay.
Yeah. I was studying digital marketing. But I really what I wanted to do was go to drama school. But then someone kind of got distracted and didn't end up going to drama school. And I probably could have, because a lot of people that were in my class at Brit School ended up going to drama school. And it's fine because it's worked out now.
Yeah.
People tell me, do you know what, maybe you didn't need to go. But
sorry, I thought Brit School was drama school.
Brit School's a performing arts school, but then you can go to a university equivalent.
Oh, okay.
So I would say Brit School's more like secondary school and college.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after you could go on and do maybe 3 more years at drama school. Yeah.
So I'm trying to, did you do the whole, so you know, like you hear these stories of UK actors go to America and then there's surf sofas.
Yeah, that's me.
You did
that?
Yeah?
100% that's my story. Yeah.
So what is that? What is it, and how what was it like for you?
So I got to a point when I was doing music here, and I think maybe around 2013, 2015. So I'd done Chopper Chops, I'd done Black Boys, I released an album called Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, I remember the album.
Yeah. And that was all around 2008, 2009, 2010. And then I was sort of like riding that wave for a little bit. But at that time, there wasn't much money for, I would say, a lot of rappers, musicians, people were getting record deals.
Yeah.
But not really earning a lot. Definitely not how it is now.
No, yeah.
And I got to the point where it was like, actually, if I stay in the UK, I'm probably not going to fulfill my potential. I feel like the UK at that time, not now, I think it's a bit different now, but at that time, I think that the UK couldn't house my ambition. So my level of ambition of where I thought I could get to just wasn't available to me here, like the opportunity. So I went to America, didn't have much money, but what happened was I got a job for HBO. I got offered a series called The Night Of, and I recorded a self-tape here on my laptop at my mum's house in the... You looking it up.
I think I've seen that.
The Night Of. So it's with Riz Ahmed. He plays the lead, and it's about like the prison system in America.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, strong show. Yeah. So I got offered that. I recorded a self-tape in my mum's house, and then the director saw it and was just like, and the casting director was just like, him. So I guess a degree of like talent and hard work, but sometimes these things are luck. So, or not even luck. Blessing, and more like preparation, right? When you're prepared, the luck will find you. You know? So then I went out there, and then I met all the agents and the whole journey, like just about hustling, man. Speaking to my agent, like, yo, I need to get me in the room. She was probably getting pissed off with me at the time. My British agent, I want to meet this person. I'm out here. I was out there for like maybe like 4 months. I just wanted to meet people, and then I got then an agent wanted to take me on out there in New York and LA. But I still didn't have any money. That's the maddest thing. You're getting flown out. I'm staying in these mad hotels. I don't even have the money to pay for like room service and
food and that.
Yes, but they give you per diem, so you get a little bit of money per diems. But I didn't have any peas, so I was saving that money. It was like, can't remember how much it was, but I'd save it every day, and I'd eat food on the set, bring food home to the hotel, and that's what I would eat for my dinner, and then just to save the money. And then when I got to LA, same thing. I was phoning people like, yo, can I like stay, it's like a week. Try not to overstay, you know, because like you get them people you say like, come to the house and then like they're not leaving. Like,
you don't want to be that guy, but you still want to use.
But you need the space because you can't really afford the hotel rooms. I was renting rooms for a while, like in someone's house, like one room. And that's, you know, like now if I go somewhere, I'd have my own space and I'd just take a small room in someone's house if I could pay for it. And then when I ran out of money, then I was staying on couches. And then you were saying that we got like a mutual bro.
Yeah.
Big up Aaron, Fontaine, that's my cousin. But he had a situation out there with Samson where they'd, I think, maybe pulled some money together, rented an apartment. And then I was like, I ain't got nowhere to stay. My cousin was like, come and stay with us. I went and stayed on the sofa there. They looked after me, brother. It was a mad, time, bro.
Not to go too personal, but it was a time where Aaron, I can't remember what happened, but he needed somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
And a Nigerian parent you can't have that conversation. But I said, Mum, you know what Aaron means to me. He needs somewhere to stay. She goes, so what are you going to do? I said, I'll just throw out the double mattress and I'll put in the two singles. Mad. She's like, for Aaron? I said, yeah, he needs somewhere to stay. She's like, okay, cool. So then he stayed with me for, I think maybe for about 2 weeks. We just had the single bed here, my single bed there. And he was just crashing it whenever he needed to. But one thing that he used to do, is if he could stay somewhere else, he would. He would only stay in my yard if he needed to.
Yeah.
But just knowing that if I have somewhere in London. Remember, he lives in Luton, innit? Yeah. I've got somewhere just in case. So whenever he wanted to come crash what?
See, and then he paid it forward to, just like paying it forward. So he's paid it forward. Just like things like that. And then, bruv, even just girls, bruv. Like sometimes girls will look out for you more than the man them. Like not that you're linking them or doing anything like that, but girlfriends will help you. Like I remember I called 2 of my friends out there. Big up Rania and Ty. Yeah, Ranya's my brethren from here. Yeah, and Ty he's an actor. Just off the strength, it was his place, his home. She was like, my brethren's here from London. Like, he needs a place to stay. He's an actor, like taking meetings and that. He was like, oh, what, young black guy, yeah? Yeah, man, you can stay, man.
Let me pause you right there. You would never let that happen.
Would that happen?
Your girlfriend comes to you and says a boy wants to stay in your yard.
100%.
I swear. Oh, you've changed. Look at you. Continue.
No. I'm not going to... Wait, hold on. I was going to do that and then say continue.
Is Brett listening?
Thank you.
I swear.
Yeah, that you got to, bro.
No, but I need to let know. But you remember, if
it's off the cosign of your girlfriend.
Yeah, and also, and if it's like someone that I've never seen before, but like you speak of him in
a certain way,
and he does. I've never, basically, he's never crossed the boundary that I've had a problem with.
Yeah,
man ain't ringing her mad late. Man ain't trying to call her babes. They're brethren.
Yeah, no, only respect.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you can stay.
Only respect.
100%.
Yeah, only respect. Bro.
You need friends like that. You're right, man. You need friends like that, man.
Do you know what I mean? Or like, yeah, my other brethren like out there, she's like, yeah, cool, you ain't got a place to stay, bruv. Man was sleeping in the bed, not troubling it, like nothing like that, but back to back. But just I needed a place to stay, bruv. So man's there 5 days, 7 days, stayed there, cool, and then boom, and then got the agent.
So what did you bag after that?
With 24.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I got the agent, then I came home. So my main goal was getting an agent out there. Then I got the agent. And then once I got the agent, I was taking loads of meetings the next day. And then I was there for a little bit longer, staying with Aaron, just kind of couch surfing, just moving around, bro.
So what is the, sorry to cut you, what is the importance of having an agent? Sorry.
The agent gets you the meetings. So if you go to, I think if you go out to America, or any, like here anyway, but if you don't have the representation, excuse me, if you don't have the representation, you can't get into the rooms with the casting directors, with the directors. Okay, yeah. You don't have the network yet. And I know people say like, they go out and network and meet people, go to parties and stuff. It's never happened like that for me. There's never been a party that I've gone to that has got me an acting role. It's always been through auditioning, or maybe now at the stage that I'm at, it's a little bit different. But yeah, it's always gone through audition. So networking and stuff, I think it works to a certain degree for some people if you're good at that and that is your forte and you're someone who's like a people person. But I'm quite chill, relaxed. It's not really my vibe. So yeah, you need the agent out there that can get you into the rooms and get you to have the meetings. And then that's when it changed. And I came back here for a little bit and then I went out there, auditioned for 24 and something else, and I got the both of them, and then I had to pick between the two, and then I ended up picking 24, and then it played after Super Bowl, and then the rest is literally since probably the night of that HBO show. Between that and 24, those moments changed my life and probably got me to all the next bits. But it's been a mad 20 year journey, 2021 years.
Man. And have you done an interview before?
No, this is the first. This is the first. One of the first. Yeah, probably one of the first.
And the reason why I think your journey is sick is because we thought you went quiet, but you didn't. You've been chugging away because remember, there's a gap where you just didn't see Bashy no more for a bit.
Yeah.
Like after maybe that. After was it that music? No, was it Kiddo?
I had an album out, but I think people think that you're like, if people don't hear from you, they just think that you're gone.
Yeah.
And I think social media has helped make that a bit better because people can
still see what you're doing on a day.
Yeah. But at the time, that wasn't really like Instagram wasn't really a thing. So and like podcasts and
just
TikTok,
being on YouTube and stuff like that.
Just these things weren't really available at our disposal. Yeah. So it would appear to some people that I've been quiet, but no, I've been working the whole time, constantly. And that's what I mean. Like people would see you sometimes, and it happens a lot, right? People be like, "Bro, what you still doing the acting thing?" I think acting thing. Like,
you didn't see them on Amazon Prime.
Hey yo, like,
no, but you know what?
But man, just call it like yo, don't be small enough, man. Like it's not a thing. It's like a man's whole career. There's things going on. Just because you ain't seen it doesn't mean that someone's not going on with things. You know what I mean? I'm just cracking on quietly, and I'm someone I don't really jump and scream about my successes, and I just carry on. Yeah, I'm just carrying on, winning. Innit? I might do a little post every now and then, but bruv, I'm just quietly working. I just let the work do the talking. For me, that's the best.
Aaron says
that's
that all
just
the
the
time
best
as well.
way. Yeah, because I just think
Aaron's
that's the way to do it.
It's weird though that people do that. A lot of people like the backhanded compliments. Like, just say like, yo, I like your acting thing, big up your thing. The end.
No, but I think it's
your acting thing. Because even the podcast, people say, I see you do that podcast thing with that. What? You man, that's right.
Don't say it like that. That's not what they say.
What?
They say it like this. Like, you man still chatting, yeah?
Yeah, don't talk stuff like that.
Just chatting.
It's mad. You man get paid just for chatting shit in the studio. You're like, man, all right.
Yeah.
Man, don't worry about who, you know? You know what? To look at man like, what?
Yeah.
Jay-Z done there as well, you know? But that's in my head though.
Yeah. Some of it's our own. Some of it's our own.
No, in my head I'm like thinking, but I just feel like, let's leave it. I just think, I'm
but that's what I was saying in the beginning. Like when people start disrespecting us, sometimes we've had to learn how to be like, all right, you just look at it. You see, one no, and then you get them another time, and more time it's your work.
Yeah.
You just let them know. You just like little post is that. Oh, my little thing. Yeah, look, I did this.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's how we. I guess that's how we navigate. Yeah.
Can't be calling. I just think you can't be calling what man's doing
A little thing.
A little thing.
Yeah, it's true.
At this point, I think it's disrespectful, and I'm not gonna tell anyone who's doing what they're doing. Oh, how's your football thing going on? It's not a thing, man. It's how's football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How's music? How's your career? How's acting? How is what you're up to? You know, just to like little man's ting off. I just think.
Or just how are you?
Yeah.
How about that? How are you, bro? You good? You ain't got to talk about my career anything. Just how are you?
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah.
But man will just do this whole little.
I think it's insecurity, man.
Yeah.
It's insecurity. Some people just project.
But let's
Yeah, and for yourself sometimes. And for yourself, right? Sometimes like if your stuff is not maybe going the way it wanted to be, like you're taking everything like a slight, like, you know? And I've had those moments when you're quiet or like your career's a bit quiet and that. And then like, man, I saying, like what's going on with the music? And you just feel like, like, it's not going on at the moment, or that it's not happening at the moment.
Do you have any what were you gonna move on to, by the way?
the music.
Oh yeah, cool. Okay. That's what I was gonna say something along the lines of that, but cool.
Is that enough for the acting? Yeah, because you wanted to.
No, I was just gonna say, what was it like filming them?
Yeah.
Them.
I watched that one. Everything you put out, I've watched.
Respectful. Thank you.
So, I mean,
Them. Do you know what? Them was another moment. I think you have these moments. You hit these new. I want to call them levels because I don't really like that. It's levels. I don't really like that saying.
You unlock something else.
Yeah, I think you hit these milestones.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit these moments in your career that change the trajectory of your career. So like, I think when I was doing the night of 24, that was one type of style and I was in one space. And then once I tapped into a few more things, then I got the opportunity to do another show out there in America called Salvation. And then after that, I did Top Boy. Actually, I took a mad story about that as well.
One of our favourite scenes.
One of our favourite scenes, man.
Which one?
When Kano tells you, big man,
You gotta eat that one.
Oh,
that's horrible. Listen.
Hey, that's
But
I know you said that to someone before.
But you got a long jacket on.
You gotta eat that.
What you think is what? Cool to to tap and kidnap your own cousin? You still going about that?
You say you don't know the scene.
You have to eat that one there. You can imagine that. I swear. Cool. Say that.
Yeah, that's my good. That's my good brethren still. And those moments are difficult to play, right? Because like we are good brethren, right? So to play like
enemies,
in something cousins but enemies, so it's difficult. But what happened? The story that I was gonna say was that like there was for me to even do that. There was a show in America that they wanted me to sign to the network exclusively. I've been offered a show, and I really wanted to do Top Boy, and the network were just like not having it. And it was like life-changing though, like, and they were just like, no, you got to be exclusive to us, you can't do anything else.
For how long? For while you're filming, or for like a period of time before and after?
Yeah, it's for a period usually. So I think it's usually up until, I want to say, I think the rules have changed now, but it was like up until when you finish, like 12 months after, it's like a year after, while they wait to see if they pick up the option to do the next season. But they want to keep you exclusively. Yeah? And sometimes you just can't do anything else. And I wanted to do Top Boy, and it was just like, nope. And this was another show, a show that I'd been offered out there, and they were just like, nope. And I was like, there was the big bag there, and then I was just like, fuck it. I told them I want to do Top Boy, so I just said, nah. Like, I just turned it all down. So I could do Top Boy, and my agents were like, are you sure? Like, proper dope.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah. And then I was just like, that show's culturally important, and I want to, and I have to do it. It's the first season on Netflix, not the previous ones, the one on Netflix. I was just like, it's just culturally important. And that's what I'm like. I just pick stuff now, and listen, that is a privileged place to be in, yeah, to be able to do that. Yeah. So I understand that, but I just do things that's culturally important to me. So I told them no, and then I told Top, yeah, cool. And then they come back around, the people who said exclusive, they said, okay, you can be exclusive to us. And then in my contract, it literally says, with the exception of the Netflix series Top Boy. So I was able to do.
You see what's mad about that?
Sometimes you gotta say no, man.
My mum would say, what's made for you will be for you.
Yeah.
Them Nigerian ones, you get me? It's true, bro.
It's true, yeah.
That's mad.
Bro, that's sick.
Yeah. So,
But it was though, because I feel like you were flying the flag in the US.
yeah,
So eyes here might not see everything you're doing.
yeah.
Whereas that kind of shone a light here as well. As in like, yo, Bashy's, he's doing it. So we kind of saw like, okay, and
yeah, or make people be like, him? Okay, what's he up to? Oh shit, he's been doing all of that stuff. So then we'll go to them. I've been offered another show like NYPD Blue, something like that. NYPD Blue, yeah. I shot a pilot for NYPD Blue. They were going to do this reboot. So we shot this pilot and then we were waiting to see if it's going to get picked up. So people who don't know, you shoot a pilot and then some shows go straight to series and then some shows you shoot a pilot, then the network wait and see if they're going to make the show in its entirety. And so I had NYPD Blue and we were waiting for the pickup and then the opportunity for them came up. And then what happened? Then them were interested and then I seen Lena Waif. We got Lena and she was just like, yo, man, I know you signed to do that, man, but you need to do like them. And to be honest, I wasn't even going to fly out and do them because I think I'd filmed like a audition tape here and then I'd done a screen test here. And they were like, yeah, we love him. He's got to come to America to do a screen test. And I didn't want to get on the plane because maybe 4 months earlier, something like that. I had auditioned for, and we're going to go back to a point after about what's meant for you is meant for you, right? There was a show that Oprah was producing, and I was like, this is my chance to like work with Oprah, like, and I didn't get it. I flew all the way to LA for a screen test. I got down to the last 2, boom, didn't get it, brother. I was crushed, like, put all this effort in, like, just learn the stuff, done all this prep, was ready, did the screen test, felt like I killed it, didn't get it. And then, so then when it came to doing them, and they were like, wanted to fly me out for the screen test, I didn't want to go because I'd had that negative experience. Bearing in mind, my hit rate or like most jobs that I go for and I get down to that final stage, like I get it. Yeah, I focus in and the universe has blessed me and I've got it. But that moment, it's kind of like it derailed all the other stuff in my mind to me. Like I just felt negative, didn't want to go, was saying, no, I don't want to go, I'm not coming, da, 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 da. Then my mum, I think I was still living at my mum's them times because I was spending a lot of time in America coming back, so still at my mum's. And then she was like, why aren't you going? You're going, man. And then because my mum told me, you're going, then I had to really think, like, why am I not going? It's because I was scared. Oh, actually, I got fear from the rejection the last time. Once I identified that it was fear, then I said, fuck it. I hopped on the plane. I said, yeah, cool, man. Tell them book it Sunday, I'm coming. Then I went out there, boom, audition, did the screen test. And then the next day, they told me, yeah, it's yours. And then went through the process of filming that. But yeah, that was a mad show.
What's the screen test for everyone like this listening is like, what is a screen test? So you go there, you get the script, then what do you act out a particular scene?
Yeah, so they'll give you they might give you 4 scenes, 5 scenes, and then they'll tell you to prepare it. Okay. Might be some of the scenes that you audition for the first time, but then you'll go into a room, it'll be like maybe a bit bigger than this. Could be big, could be a big room actually. Like big auditorium. And then like loads of people are in there. It's like head of this network, head of marketing, head of this person, director, writer, producer. They just all sat there, you come in and you do the scenes with the other actor. Yeah. And then, whether you get it or you don't. So it's mad as well, because I think what people don't know is you sign the contract before you
even do all this.
Yeah. So you see the deal.
Oh, so if you don't get it, that's when I'll get in that. I'll be fuming.
Yeah.
Because sometimes in your head, you might have already spent it, or you're thinking, what can I use that money for? Then you get an email saying, or
the phone call, it's a phone call.
Oh, the phone call?
It's always a phone call.
That Nigerian man, what's the phone?
But that's how it was.
So you can't tell no one until you've actually gone past that process then?
What, that you got it?
Yeah. Not that you've even got a gig, essentially. Because you might not get it.
No, we got NDAs and all that.
I would never.
No, but I'm talking about like, even like family.
Nah, yeah, I would never. I don't really. Maybe my mum or someone I'm really close to, I might say, bro, this is
Can't trust your uncle, blood.
This is going on. I've got this opportunity. Like them, innit? Tell my mum. She's like, okay, cool. And then so she told me to go out there. I flew out there, audition, did the screen test, boom. Got it. Life-changing. Like life-changing. Different.
It's
And that
sick,
put me in
man.
a different place after that. Because now leading on shows, it's different. And a strong performance that's, had some critical acclaim.
That's what it was a big show. That show rippled as well. Like it travelled.
Yeah.
It was just that one scene. I just don't know where you tapped into to.
Which one?
The scene when you're on the roof and the white man's chatting rubbish to you. You look to him like, big man, if I get off this roof.
I don't.
Hey, that scene.
Hey,
there.
I felt that scene there. What did I feel?
You had to tap into something.
Yeah, I'm in the character anyway.
Yeah,
Most of the
yeah.
time, listen, I'm really dedicated. Anything that I do, whether it's acting, music, I am dedicated. Like 100%. I give everything my all. So when I'm being the character, like I've done the work, the prep, the research, everything. I've tried to be as prepared as possible. And then when I get to this set, forget everything. So it's just embedded in me. And then do the scenes. But that, yeah, I had to tap into something, I believe, ancestral, man. But like, yeah, it felt like, nah, man, I have to. Some of it is like in the character, and then I'm human, right? So sometimes
There's a lot.
Watching it.
I'm knowing that, nah, man. Like, there's a whole nation of people that look like me around the world that are gonna watch this scene, and I need to
nail it, bro.
Represent in that moment.
And also watching it will get you, as a black person, will get you mad.
Oh, but I was angry, bro.
Brother, there's best sense, brother.
The best scenes, I'm like,
girl in my ass, I'm not even talking to her. I'm on the edge of the bed like this. Like, I'm fuming.
Yeah. Big up Deborah Ayurinde as well, man. Like,
yeah.
She was.
I met her in Soho House. Remember that?
I was with you that day.
Yeah, that day.
Yeah.
Was it me and Rich?
I was there, man. You got pictures to get, but don't do me like that.
Oh, you looked at pictures, yeah?
No, I seen me and this guy.
Oh.
Soho House.
What was you wearing?
Nah, you weren't there that day. I'm telling you. Nah, you weren't there that day. This was the Comedy Central day.
Why are you lying, bro?
What?
When the thing that we wore suits, Mo's party.
No, man.
Oh, okay, cool.
This was a day of Comedy Central when I done the screening, and then we went to Soho House, literally across the road. So all the cast was there, and that's the first time I met him.
Okay, it's my homie, man. Talented as well, man.
What was you gonna say?
Blessed, man. But yeah, let's move on to the album, man. So you're back in music now. Or not? I can't say back in music.
Yeah,
you've returned to music. So why was it that you thought to yourself, do you know what, I'm going to return?
That was the time.
Yeah, why was the time?
I don't do things just for the sake of it. It's definitely, everything I do in my life is just intentional. And at that moment, I had something to say. Like, inspiration came over me to write. And I'm always dabbling. For me, it's not like coming back to music because I'm a creative. So I've just spent the last 10 to 15 years creating in another space as an extension of my creativity, right? Been acting, focused on that. And then musically, it was just like, had an inspired moment where I had something to say. And so I put it down. And it just started like a small... a small nugget, and just started to it started to snowball and grow and grow and grow and grow. And at first, it wasn't like I'm gonna set out and make this album. It's like I'm gonna write. I want to tell my story. I feel like I'm ready. There was like loads of things that I wanted to discuss about myself and that I started to think about, and then it started to come out as like poetry at first, kind of just like me writing lines like, oh, I think this, and I was reminiscing about where I come from and my journey and where I've been, and then it felt like, oh, actually, I'm having a moment here. Let me go further into that. Let me see how that manifests. And brother, and it just kept on growing and growing and growing until I had a whole album written. I hadn't even recorded it. It's just like I was in LA in my apartment, and it started during the pandemic where I was shooting them. I was shooting them actually, and then I had this break because we shut down production, and I thought if I don't write this album, if I don't start writing, I'll never do it. And then it started. That's how it started. And then I came home, and who called me? Toddler T, his producer, and Progression, 2 sick producers. They called me, and they were like, "Yo, like your voice is important to the culture, man. People respect you. Like people would love to hear where you're at in life now, and what you think, how you think now, as in your late 30s." And I kind of brushed them off. I just wasn't interested. I was focused on acting, getting a lot of success and winning, and my life felt amazing. And me doing music at the time honestly felt like I just don't have the time. I'm just focused on this. But then I had that moment. It's like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. Like I said, I don't do things for the sake of it. When they told me all those things about the culture respecting me and how I've inspired people, they were telling me all these things I don't really think about myself, but they were pouring that into my mind. Then I was just like, fuck it, just felt inspired and started penning. And then, bro,
You know what's mad is because what's mad is that all you've said I can hear in the album, because it's kind of like a story, like you're telling people, and some of the titles of some of the songs are kind of, you can see what they mean already. If that, like about the smile.
Oh, how black men lose their smile.
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? Even the way you're speaking about it in the song, and it's like, it's true, you know, because a lot of people don't really afford black guys grace in regards to certain behaviors or why certain things happen. They just see the end, for example. That's like, these guys, man, they need to relax. But it's like, nah, bro, at a period of time, man was smiling, bro. Man had some form of a childhood, but then someone got robbed, or you saw someone got, or a family member done this, and then you had to back it, or your boy, and then little things chip away at your life, and then you realize, you get to a point, you're like, raw. You're parking, you're parking in a certain way. You're not going to certain motives. Like, why? Why can't you just be carefree? But then when I hear certain tunes, it's like, you kind of like, yeah, it's true, it makes you think.
There's a nice energy in the room right now, because I was literally that's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say it from the perspective of me listening to Chopper Chops first and me listening to it again the other day. So the vibe I'm getting is, you were actually educating us. But there's certain things you're saying where you're saying, don't do this, do that, or don't do this, do that. I did this is what happened. So you're telling us a story, you're taking us through your journey. And I guess someone younger than you can look up to you and be like, oh, I hear it. Whereas at the time, you're probably talking to your own peers and they're not hearing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then later on down the line, I've appreciated, I'm like, oh, snap, I know what you've gone through. Like, I felt it myself. I like it. And then with the new album, I get the same vibe. Okay. It's like, but it's just you now. You're in a different place now. But it's you can tell.
It's dope.
Do you know what I'm saying? So my favourite tune on there is Sticky.
Hey, listen.
I
didn't crack the card away here, but
allow it.
Because that was more like, that's like a...
It's that vibe. Yeah. Even and what you're saying on it as well.
The tune with Scraps and Highly's cold as well.
Come on, man. It's a cold album. Yeah. And I'd say, I think my take would be, for anyone listening, is that if you the love that you gave Chopper Chops, if you're one of them ones that you're a big fan of that, give this album a listen. Yeah, 100%.
And even if you haven't heard Chopper Chops, it's for me, it's an album that it explains stuff as well. So in terms of like, I heard your grandma on there, and it's a vibe of like, because we don't. There's another conversation we had on the episode before when we were talking about affording our parents grace growing up.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people talk about their parents and not understanding, or my dad never said this to him, mum never said that. But when you afford them grace and you realise the Britain they grew up in was a very different Britain, bro. They were working 40, 50 hours a week just to survive. No social media, no mental health, nothing. And then what they're saying to the kids is just behave.
Just go to school.
Just go to school and behave. And we're not.
That's your one job.
Your
one job is to go to school
and behave.
Behave. I'll put these food in your belly, I'll put these clothes on your back and this roof over your head. Yeah?
And don't embarrass the family. That's it.
And I addressed that on, I think, a song, all over the album, like Made in Britain. And it tackles these subjects. I think the album, it is a journey. It's like I guess it sort of charts Black Britishness, right? From when I'm Jamaican and Dominican, right? So, but just like from the Windrush era to like modern day, and just like what that journey looks like, and not in a preachy way. It's like literally the story. It's like it's got it feels. I guess where I come from is storytelling. That is my passion, right? That is what I do as a creative. I tell stories, whether that's through music, through acting, and I think that's what the album has, right? It's like a story. So I'm taking you on this journey. It starts in Northwest London. And like I was saying earlier when I was saying, I like to hear where someone's from when I listen to their music. I feel like if you're from anywhere in the world and you hear this album, you're like, oh, right, that's what his journey was like in Northwest London, and maybe people like him. What I think is with this album, there's a lot of people who are, I'll speak for me, I like me, where they're sort of on the cusp. They're not good, they're not bad, they're just in the middle, and a set of circumstances can make them go either way. And there are certain decisions that have led me to where I am now, right? This guy from Northwest London, grew up in Kensal Green, went to school in Harlesden, but ends up in Hollywood somehow. What potholes, trappings, what have I had to navigate in order to get there? And that's kind of what the album is about, essentially. But there are loads of people that's like, man, not everyone's on the roads banging, trapping. There's just regular guys going and I feel like a lot of people are like that and could have gone either way. I don't look down on man that's in jail or anywhere else, because bruv, I could just as easily be in that position. But it's one decision. It's one, right, he disrespected man. And I say it on a song on the album called Sweet Boys Turn Sour, right? And I'm just talking about a situation where
Brethren's gone.
No, I said, there's that, right? Brethren's got the thing and whatever he's showing you, and you're like, Rob, so that could go one way. Or where I say, I purchased this, and then he's lucky I never caught him. I'm lucky I never like. I'm giving you both sides. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm giving you both sides to that story. Like, I am lucky because you do something to someone and then it goes wrong. Because I think people, especially when we was growing up, people think you could do stuff like, I'll just poke him in the leg. Or I'll just poke him in the butt. You hit an artery, boom, that boy dies. Now you've gone to jail for murder. But he wasn't wasn't a murderer. He wasn't set out to do that. Yeah, but you've done it now. And he's dead. And
these are the consequences.
You are a murderer now because you killed him. You get me? So, yeah, that could just easily be me. One wrong decision. So I talk about these things on the album. But there's fun on there. There's funny moments. I like having fun. So it's not painting in this somber way. This like sad. It's like like a film, bro.
Yeah.
Like a film.
You paint pictures very, very vividly. Very well.
I love.
And again, the garage thing. Like I heard the Crazy Love sample on the scraps and the alley tune.
Yeah.
Because the thing is with me, I got this thing when I hear music and I hear something, I'm like, I know this from somewhere.
Yeah.
And I just rack my brain. I'm like, but I knew that one straight away because you hear the dun 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 at the beginning. I'm like, yo, Crazy Love. But I wanted to hear how the beat dropped.
Yeah.
How it was incorporated into it. It was cold.
But also, now that you've like we've spoken for like the past hour and a half,
yeah.
The way you've spoken, I want to re-listen to the album. I re-listened to the album. So I listened to it, sorry.
Dropper.
And then, no.
Oh, okay, go. I'm thinking, what? Okay, okay, go.
Album. It's called Being Poor is Expensive.
Why the name, by the way?
Because I think that ultimately that's how I feel. Like growing up from where I come from, right? Where you come from, and all these places, right? Inner city, like London, Birmingham, Manchester, Bristol, Cardiff. We're just talking UK. Yeah? When you go Paris, same kind of thing, right? But we grew up in these areas, and when you're poor, everything costs us more. So, with the ultimate cost being your life, right? And then underneath that, it's like the standard of life, standard of living. So, for instance, the food that we eat, right? So, it's mad chicken shops in the ends, Harlesden, £2, 2 fries, chicken and chips. But you're not seeing these type of establishments in more affluent areas, right? So now the food that you're eating is not so good. That's causing you health issues. Now you need healthcare, but in order to get the top healthcare, it's expensive. So everything, the cost of, even when you do get money, because we don't have the financial literacy, everything's more expensive. When you want to buy a house, if you don't have the deposit to be able to get it, the mortgage rates are higher. It's more expensive. So literally everything we do, and it keeps us in that cycle, keeps us down, it keeps us poor, because everything is expensive in order to get out. So yeah, that's why the album is cool.
It's mad though, because I kind of read it a different way. I read it like in terms of when you're in dangerous environments, it's expensive, but not expensive in terms of price, in terms of like...
What you could lose potentially.
Yeah. So it's just kind of, that's how I kind of saw it, especially the song. So the areas you're in, like one wrong move could be your life. One wrong move could be in jail. One wrong move.
Yeah,
so,
but that's...
So it's expensive in that way.
Yeah, but that's what...
Yeah.
That's your interpretation. But that's what I mean as well. Do you know what I mean?
Especially when you like hear stories about why certain men are in jail, why certain men have passed away, and you find out it's because a man kicked someone's trainers in the rave. It's like, this is why you men are beefing.
Mental. One of the lines, I don't want to give away too many lines on the album, but one of the lines that we could talk about is I say like, how many men would have still been alive if they would have just backed down? I wonder.
Yeah.
It's true.
How many men, if a man just said, you know what? Like that brother could still be alive.
Yeah.
Like, so, and there's another line on it. It's just like, that was boys stopping boys from becoming grown men. And that's what a lot of us done in that time. And when I say us, because I'm not separate from it, you're not separate. We were right there. These are like, when I'm looking back at the time, you'd think, raw, this guy's a big man. Like he got killed in the rave or whatever. But when you think about it, hold on, he was 22. It's just that you were 17 at the time. He was actually a kid himself, you know? And we're like, kids, the younger generation are going through this now, like these moments. And I think that this album is, they would see in this album, they would be able to relate to it because they'd be like, oh, right, fucking hell, that's what I was going through. That's what I'm going through right now. But not in a preachy way, because I don't believe in like...
Yeah. And if you don't see it now, you will see it eventually. That's the thing as well, sometimes you don't, when you're living in it, like when I was in school or college, the world wasn't that big. The world is as big as your school when you were in school. And maybe a couple of the other schools, but that was your world. Then when you go college, you're like, school was nothing. Then you go uni, or then you get a job, then you realise school was nothing. So I feel like in terms of life, sometimes when you're speaking to like the younger gen, so we can sometimes do this thing where we're like, I'm not saying you've done it by the way, that we can kind of be like, you should know better, but it's like, bro, at a certain age, all I knew was secondary school. The four walls, me as a year 9, the year 11s were the big boys. That's all I knew. Like, what pause were? Imagine. Jesus. But that was the upper year, yeah? Like, but that was your world in terms of like, if they come to rush your year, that's it.
Toast.
Yeah. Then when you become year 11, you graduate to be in the top of the school.
Yeah.
That was it. But then after you leave year 11, you're like, wow, wait, hold on.
I remember when I just
Why not get no
college or that sixth form. It's like, yo, I'm just a number.
Bro.
Yeah.
You know, you go from like being the bad boy that ends to brother, you're just a number.
Yeah.
Your supervisor don't care about you.
No one cares.
No one cares about that
about you, bro.
stuff,
You
man.
can't go back to school either.
Yeah, you can't go back and be the bad boy. You're too old. That's a rude awakening.
And listen, it's not my job to preach to anyone or tell them what to do. It's just like listening to certain rappers on Nas or Jay-Z Nas and Jay-Z, perfect examples. Yeah, I only started to understand some of the stuff they were talking about later on in life when I got a bit older and I got into certain places in life that I was like, oh, okay, that's what he meant.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man, I get that. I understand that now. So yeah, whether someone listens to this album now, today, or listens to it in 5 years, 10 years, they'll be like, oh, okay. And for me, it's
timeless.
Yeah, it's a timeless project because one, it's about the truth.
Yeah.
And when I was writing it, that's what I drilled down in the most. Any line where I thought, yo, actually, do you know what? I'm exaggerating here or I'm embellishing here, which hip hop does, right? A lot of men are chatting one thing and
they do,
and it's not the reality. Nah, man just wanted to drill down on the truth because I just wanted the album to be honest. And I feel like when it's true, more people can relate to it. Someone from Rio or someone from Paris or Amsterdam, they could hear it and be like, yeah, that's kind of, I could understand that because it's so true and honest that it's real. It's but everything's intentional. You were talking about the garage and that. Every sample that man used, every beat selection, everything about it is intentional. Like every lyric, every word, there's not one wasted line, not one wasted moment.
I heard that. So.
Yeah, because it needs to, I'm not doing it for the, I'm just not going to do it for the sake
even
of
the
it.
Wookiee battle, there's one bit where like towards the end, the guy's singing the lyrics from Wookiee battle.
Yeah.
And then in the next song,
Yeah.
you say like Wookiee battle.
Yeah.
And I was like, raw. But it's because I knew that song. So I was like, raw, like every day is like a battle, but we'll anyway,
It's interesting that you said poetry as well, because some of the songs, the way you're rapping, is that you start off one way and you just transition into another flow, but the verse is not finished.
Yeah.
It's like you've gone from line 7 to line 8, 9, and it's like I'm expecting to change at 8 like Grime.
Yeah.
I'm expecting it to be like the 8th bar or the 16th bar, but the way you were rapping, I was like, oh, this is actually. Now that you're saying that, it's just one of them things that you were writing it in a particular way. I can hear it.
Yeah, just technical, man. Just really working on the craft, making sure that the penmanship is like sharp. And just everything intentional. The music, lovers rock, garage, grime, jungle, hip hop. Because what I wanted to do as well is like, you see in America where they would sample old R&B and soul records, yeah. I love that. My thing was, how do I take inspiration from that,
create your own version,
and create that? And it's like, what did I grow up listening to? Man, grew up listening to lovers rock in my house and jungle and that and reggae and dancehall. So let me sample that and fuse that music together to make the soundscape of the album. So it's a soundscape to like a lot of our lives. That's why you could relate to it. You've got Nigerian background, but you will hear the garage and that's your in, you know. Or we all grew up in London, right? So you know certain dancehall rhythms from the 90s and that, and you'd be like, okay, cool, that's what
hear it in there.
Yeah. So that's man.
You had time to, I guess, make the album, so you could take all of these things into consideration, which is actually sick.
You know what's sick as well? You said about the Nas and Jay-Z thing, and it's sick because it shows how people take music differently. Because growing up, when I used to listen to Nas, like Hate Me Now or this, that, I was listening with a different ear. I said a banger. As you get older, you listen with an ear like, I've been through that before. I can relate to that. You hear it, but at a young age, you're just saying lyrics.
Just listening. You know
what I'm saying? So I'm saying what's sick with your album is that is the same thing, that someone can listen to it and just hear the beats or the flow. But then someone older can listen and be like, my grandma said that to me. Or, do you know what? I've lived through that before. Or do you know what I'm saying? That's why I say it's sick, because there's levels to music in general. That's why it's so sick.
That's why I rate Chopper Chops. I've been there before. I've been there. You go to a rave and you end up at the girl's house. You forget your car. You're like, big man, can you come pick me up? He's like, nah, man. You're like, I got 40 fan.
That's 40. Yo, the times in the cab was mad. But yeah, I feel like
no Uber, you know.
Huh?
Cab office.
Uber as well. You got to call cab office.
And you got to remember the number. Like 028 55. The one in 555 5555.
Trying to get home. Yo, them times there. It's a different time, and I think that this album takes you on that. This record takes you on that journey of like the time where we started out, grew up, as young men, and to now. But going back to like how black men lose their smile, what you were talking about, I think that song self-explanatory when people hear it, and grace, and people don't understand. And same thing with black women as well. Like people will say like, wow, like angry black woman. That's made up. That's not even a real thing. You like poke this woman, pressure this woman, make her go through all these things, and then when she's like, no, fuck it, I'm not having it. Oh, you're an angry black woman.
But
you made it up.
But even if anyone does get annoyed, that's just somebody getting annoyed.
Why they gotta be the
angry black woman? Because when there's a Spanish woman who's passionate, or Italian, you know, when Italian people get mad, it's like, it's so passionate. God, this is what we need, fire. But then when it's someone black, it's like, it's a bit aggressive, you know?
Mad.
Like, what's going on here?
I do delts, I just got shoulders. What's the problem? Nah, because one of my boys used to get told that when he goes to the toilet, he's walking aggressive.
Walking
But I'm
aggressive.
just hench, bro. Like, how was I supposed to walk to the toilet?
I got told
Quietly.
I got told at work one time. The area manager was interviewing me for like, what's they call it? Like an appraisal. She's talking to me. She's gone, you're very like you've only got that one tone. You're very calm. Like your voice is. I'm looking at her like, what are you talking about? Because obviously I feel like I had to dull myself down a bit. You know, like when you're in certain rooms in Canary Wharf, you walk with a suit, whatever. Just let people know I'm here, but I'm just chilling. So a lot of time I'm talking to them, it was just very much like, yeah, hi, how you doing? You okay? Whatever. And I'm thinking, what do you want me to say? What do you want slang? Like,
She wanted 50 Cent, man.
So I'm looking at it, I don't get what you mean. She goes, no, I don't take offense to it, but you're very calm, like I don't get, you're very nonchalant. Like that's what I get from you. Okay. All right, man. So these KPIs, these numbers.
What these KPIs?
What we
Are we selling shirts?
Like, what we did, man. We're selling shirts here, man. What we did here, man. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know if you wanted me to maybe, she wanted something. I don't know what you wanted, but it's very weird in certain environments.
So that's what that's what that song is about. Just like navigating certain environments and why these things chip away at us as people. You know, just like.
What's the first one that's dropping the single?
Sweet Boys Turn Sour.
My childhood was lovers, rock, rhythm and blues, dancehall. Man used to go bonkers at Conkers, Pogs and playing marbles. Love British Bulldog, hide and seek and pass the parcel. Street Fighter, around the time that Righty played for Arsenal. Fast forward, money up against the schoolyard wall. Go home, watch X-Men and marvel at Hey Arnold. I was still a virgin, but all of my thoughts carnal. Like, can I hit your G-spot, baby? Throw it back to Wayne Marshall. Dark horse, but was a sensitive child. Temperament mild, never been wild. Rarely was riled, presentable wow. Was never in style. Man never had an AV, wasn't wavy, and yet I stood out. I was sweeter than Laos, golden syrup, always a smile. Before the ends of my poor choice of friends made me vile. Life would have been different if I grew up in Chaffons and Giles, but I grew up in KG, made me cagey. Lucky that I always got home safely.
Yeah, and that's talking about, you know, just being I guess like what we've been talking about this whole time, bro. Just being like regular from the ends and being in the comfort of your own home and just like, look, you're saying you grew up with your mom, your dad in the yard, you're not even allowed out. But then when you are allowed out, then there's no protection. You ain't got the big brother. You ain't got that. Similarly with me, no big brother. So you're just outside in the world, and it's how the outside world affects you and how you navigate that. That's what the song's about. Yeah, and how, the zones, we call it the zones. How the zones just influences you, and then you start to become what you see in order to survive. And that's what the first single is about.
Okay,
and so when's the album coming out, and just so everyone knows?
The album will be out July. I want to say it's July 12th. I don't know I think that's the date. I think that's the exact date. Yeah, July 12th. And just independent on my own label, invested to put it out. I think it's important if I'm gonna be talking ownership and saying all these things that like I own it.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
Yes, Brett.
we normally have sound effects in the headphones.
Is that how you do the end?
Yeah.
That's the sound effect.
We normally have to like sound thing, but
I love that.
That's dope, man. Thank you. We appreciate you coming through your first interview. Shout out Bashy, I saw him at the GRM gala. Suit was cold still.
Thank you.
Suit was cold.
You told me you was like double-breasted.
Yeah. I had the blue corded thing. Three best dressed was me, Bashy, Michael Dapper. In my opinion, anyway.
Yeah.
Posted looked cold though. He had the jewelry, he had the accessories and that.
Yeah.
That was cold, but just as
Dress,
suits,
yeah.
Me, Bashy, Michael Dapper. My opinion.
Respect for that.
With the best free dress still.
I appreciate that. I tried to. Yeah, I'm not a big jewelry man. It's not really my.
Your forte.
Nah. If that's a man's thing, that's a man's thing. But yeah, my thing is more like chill.
It's funny because.
Here we go.
No, I'm just saying, man, will say, because we're from Northwest, it's surprised you didn't come with a grill or a big Cuban chain. But some of us say, like, do you know what I mean?
No, but if a man likes grills, then the man likes grills.
You own a grill, though?
I don't have.
You lost it?
I did.
You lost it?
Yeah, I went through the phase.
Cool. See? Man's trying to do Little Bo Peep. He says, man's got a grill, bro.
I think a grill's all right. No, but I don't listen, bro. I've been because like I've got bridges and a man will say, "Blood, I don't know how a man spends his money on this, bro." Listen, if you want to spend your money how you spend your money, that's how. Let the brother spend his money on those on that, innit?
It's true.
Like,
It's true.
if you whatever you like,
Yeah,
spend
true,
your money
true.
on that. I spend my money in other ways, and that's what I like to do.
Appreciate you for coming on, bro.
Brother, listen, love. I just want to big you up though as well for just even creating your own space and
Thank you, man.
doing slow jams, and you had faded, right?
Faded, yeah.
Yeah, bro. And just building, bro, and just having even a space where man can come and sit down and talk and chop it up with you lot. So I just respect what you lot are doing. Congratulations.
Appreciate you, brother.
Big up.
Yeah, appreciate you coming through, man. Also, your journey's been beautiful, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, and we've kind of we spoke about this a few times, but we've been fortunate to know a lot of people that we've seen their journey. So, like, I don't know you personally, but I've seen your journey. Like, for example, like Reckless K, I know Reckless K.
Okay.
Red Rum, I know Red Rum.
My brother.
Crispy, Ace's brother, I know
My
him.
brother.
So, like, there's people that have overlapped. Like, for example, Mo the Comedian, we've seen his journey.
Big up.
Yeah.
Harry Panero, we've seen his journey. There's certain man that we know that,
Even
like,
Damson used to come faded all the time.
Brother,
I bet he
time, bro. Yeah.
brother, Damson came Lux. I said, what do you want to drink, bro? Let me get a red wine.
Red wine.
I said, brother, man are drinking Ray and Nephews, Henny and
Red
Coke.
wine.
So man's in the dance in the Ray.
And he's holding it
in
like
the corner
this.
with a red glass of red wine, you know.
This
This was like, what, 2019 maybe. Man had the red wine. I said, I thought it was bantering. I said, ha. What do you want? That? He said, no. Red wine. I had to go to the bar and say, they didn't have it.
Yeah, no one else
I
is
had
drinking
to go to the shop
to get it.
to get a red wine for him, bring it
Oh,
in,
love it.
pop the cork and give him a red wine. He was like, save
All
it.
the man them, man.
No, but
Sick,
it's the man them together, bro.
Yeah.
Like driving up together.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Just like
definitely,
climbing that mountain, chipping away at it. And I think it's amazing that people have a network and everyone's within reason, everyone's pretty cool
yeah.
and connected, and you feel like you can phone people. And I think that's like growth between the man, because it wasn't like that once upon a time. So,
true.
and I think it's a good example for each other to do that, and then even the next man them coming up.
Let me just end on this as well. In my head, I was thinking, can I speak to Bashy about
Go on.
ask Carlos, yeah?
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, nah, you ain't gonna want to hear that. Then when I'm listening to the album and I hear
Oh yeah.
the outro
Yeah.
on that to a degree, and I was like, it was sick because it was kind of like a lot of people remember that line.
Yeah. That's more me painting the time, like, because the album really the record really takes you into that era of where man grew up. And like I was saying, in storytelling, I really want people to feel like they're there. What's it like in Northwest London? What was it like to be him? What was his life like? And that sample is more a nod to that, because like me and Get to, like, we're brethren, bro. That's 20 years old. So when people, sometimes I feel like people are
Stop there.
Yeah, or they're trying to make the joke and that. And but it's like, bro, it's 20 years old.
Still,
it's like, it's so old. Like, it doesn't even register when people say it. And me and him are brethren. Like, when we see each other out all the time.
I think it goes back to what I was saying before in regards to that experience. Like, you've experienced a lot since that moment. Whereas for
some people haven't.
This for them is yesterday.
And also, some they might have seen it yesterday. Or heard about a year ago.
Do you know what I mean?
And
Yeah.
also,
And they're seeing you, and for them it's just like, oh my God. And we get it with the pod. Someone be like, oh, you know what? I didn't really rate what you said on episode 55. I'm like, brother, I'm on episode
what number you on now?
401.
401.
I'm like, I don't know what I said.
But remember, in their mind,
yesterday.
They've listened to it. Yeah, they've listened to it.
Okay.
So
what I'm saying.
and they're looking at you like, how do you not remember this? And I'm like, brother,
I was 27 when I said that.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying, like, do you know what I mean? So it's just like,
what you know?
I'm 35 now.
Yes. So that's what I mean. So
Yeah.
people were talking about stuff that happened when man was like maybe 18, 19, I think. So like 20 years ago. So yeah, so now for me, it's like flipping it and changing the narrative of that, where it fits in this. I've sampled it to mean something else in that story. Because now that character is actually the hero in that story.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just, totally
But also
different.
with this album, you're actually giving people, like people that followed you musically, you're giving them the updated version. So
Yeah.
it's like when you're talking about all of that, go listen to the album, big man. This is where I'm at. This is where I am now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's
Exactly.
important as well.
Exactly. But listen, respect, bro.
Yeah, man.
We appreciate you
Love,
coming
man.
on, man. It's supposed to be an hour, but you know.
Was it supposed to be an hour?
No, as in like, I thought that's what, like in terms of the time.
You want to keep you too long,
Because
but
sometimes with guests, it's like, sometimes we think to ourselves, you know what, let's give them an hour. Because some people might not, if they're not familiar with it, it's a bit.
So when D-Double came here, brother, stiff, you know, about 20 minutes in,
Hey,
man was
yo.
You know what I meant?
He's
man.
the best.
Yeah, that's a.
Hey,
No,
yeah.
don't do
That
that, don't do that.
that is.
I'm not involved. I'm not involved.
Hey, yo. That is. What?
Hey, Marv, allow it. Don't do that. Don't do
You
that.
know what I meant, man? It took him a while, but by the time we got halfway, brother, he was skanking. I was like, right, D-Double, you skank.
Yeah.
But it was just how comfortable
That's a
he
lot
was.
of our favourite MCs. You know.
Yeah,
That's a lot,
man.
like a lot of us, like
When we had him perform at Royal Albert Hall, bro, that
Brother.
was a moment.
I collapsed.
yeah, that's
Man said, ooh, I said, my legs
Brother.
even
That was
work,
a
bro.
moment. I don't think people understood how much of a moment that was for like the man them. Like for me, and even doing it for the man them. Is that a why or that's calm? Then putting the show on for the man
that's
them.
fine.
Like, my boy is just seeing that raw. He doubles on stage with Tazer. They got the composers like, come on, man.
Bruv, there's
Royal
Go
Albert Hall.
MC,
It was
bro.
mental, bro.
Yeah.
People,
big.
bruv,
Big moment, man.
man don't know what it was like before when he was Palace Pavilion, like when we're like 16, 17, and then like he manages to get the vocal amplifier and then not even say the lyric,
Yeah, just
and then
sound
everyone's just going.
Have you seen that video on Twitter that always goes
I didn't
viral?
say that.
Crazy.
But I retweet it.
Which video?
There's a video on. Oh, do you know what I can find?
Let me see.
I tweeted it. It's gone viral because I tweeted it.
Brother.
I went there though. He just grabbed. He just
Man's
grabbed
gone
the
viral because he
microphone.
tweeted, brother. This video's viral anyway. I think he's next to a novelist. And
Oh, okay, yeah,
novelist
yeah,
is
yeah,
chilling,
yeah.
and all the D-Double does is goes, where did he go? Wait,
But
brother.
that's it.
He didn't even pull up.
But it's the beat.
Everyone collapses, bro.
No, but the beat.
Yeah.
The- I don't know who was DJing, but
Ooh, he didn't even start.
they niced him, man. Hold on, let me. Where's this video?
Yeah, that's that thing there.
Type wheel up. 'Cause I know I tweeted it with saying wheel up.
Crazy. I think I've seen it. I think I know the video. So what happens? You like edit it? How does it go?